Good morning from SeaWorld Orlando. We are here to check out their Sveen Seas Food Festival and ride some coasters. But wait, we're also at Universal, here to check out some of the Mardi Gras stuff and then ride the amazing rides over here. So let's just jump right into this. So let's get past this car here, but look at this crap. I have no idea what this is, but there's some kind of like school event or something ridiculous going on, and they're taking up like the entirety of the right side of the parking lot, and I think they're heading in through ports of call. This is crazy. Alright, and we are in and heading back to Mako, as always. It's a perfect way to start off the day. I guess apparently that line that we saw outside that I pointed out to you was for a race this morning. I don't know if it was the Sveen Seas 5K or some kind of kids race or what, but this morning at the park is definitely going to be a lot busier than I expected. But we're going to make the best out of it, and we got a ton of free samples for being a pass holder. We're also here to get our passport to Thrills for their new immersive flying theater attraction thing. And then we'll be heading over to Universal this afternoon. So let's start off by getting a great ride on Mako. Alright, just got 4 rides there on Mako, back to back without even having to get out of the train. Honestly, best way to start a morning out at SeaWorld. The ride is just great. I mean, it's a perfect B&M Hyper, great speed, great power, even in these early morning rides, and in the morning, they run it trimless. So, the trim hill and the hill turn afterwards, as well as the bunny hop, have phenomenal speed. And then the mid-course hits, but the train is still going pretty fast after that. So, yeah, probably going to head up to Penguin Trek and Pipeline now, and then see what the rest of the day brings. So, went and saw the sharks. Nice to see the hammerhead again. He's definitely my favorite out of the whole tank. Now we're heading in to check in on Penguin Trek, see how it's doing. The ride had received a new softer wheel compound just last week when I was here, and it was running much better. So, if we do get a chance to ride it right now, hopefully it will be just as smooth today. Journey to Atlantis is currently down for its annual maintenance. We can see a big crane in the back over there. Pretty good ride there on Penguin Trek. This ride was rougher than last week's ride with the new wheels. They are still present, and it's definitely much smoother than when it opened. The old wheels were white, which are the same hard wheels that Hulk runs. The current wheels the ride is running now are more of a cream or a tan color, and those are softer, which is what most of their other coasters run. And then the dive coasters and like Fury run a special compound that is yellow. So there's a little B&M wheel information for you there. Now we're gonna head back and probably do Pipeline, and then by that point maybe head over to the pass holder lounge and get our quick queue for the new ride. Alright, we're coming up here on the Chick Fil A. This has been under construction since before Penguin Trek, and we can see all the work walls are down. This will actually provide great views and great areas for filming of Penguin Trek. I'm not sure when this is going to open yet, but we're gonna see what it looks like inside. I saw some video last night from a friend of mine. There were workers inside preparing like food and stuff, so maybe. But yeah, this will provide great views of Penguin Trek to go back and film. And we can see, yeah, they're inside. All the menus are up. This thing could be opening today. Who knows? It's not quite lunchtime yet, but we will have to keep an eye out, but there's a good possibility that's opening today, and we can see Penguin Trek right there. Alright, so we just got a fun ride there on Manta. Almost got a duel with Penguin Trek, basically did, pretty close to one. Ride's running pretty good, didn't hit a bush or any water this time, surprisingly. Now, either gonna head to Pipeline or just head back and get our Passport to Thrills stuff. So we're coming up on Icebreaker. The ride has been down for a few weeks, actually. Because, yeah, and we don't know why. It's not on their refurbishment schedule, it's not on their website, it's not anywhere. It's just been closed, and the trains, one train's parked in the storage, one train's parked in the station, and there's been nothing said to anyone about why it's closed, so we'll just have to wait and see. But hopefully it reopens soon, because it really is a fun little ride. And definitely helps draw some of the pressure off the other coasters, especially Penguin Trek, being another family coaster that the park desperately needs. Alright, just got a pretty good ride there on Pipeline. Nice vertical movement of the seats. It was nice and loose this time. Last time I rode it, I didn't have any vertical movement, so that was a unique ride. This time, tons of vertical movement, so very fun, lots of airtime. Now probably going to head up and do Mako, and then by that point the food booths should be open so we can start trying some of this food. So we got a great front row ride on Mako again, much warmer than earlier. The trim was also hitting much harder. But honestly, I don't think the trim hurts too bad because you get a good like ejector pop when it hits. Now we're gonna try and grab some food from some of the booths coming up. Alright, so the food booths, at least at the back of the park by Infinity Falls and Mako, do not open until 11:30. I thought it was 11. So it's about 11:15 right now, so we're just going to go catch another ride on Mako again, and then come back up, and then we'll get some food. So, Mako first. Alright, so we got another great front row ride on Mako for number 160 for me. And then it broke. And now, let's go try some food. So we got the Brazilian market. This is right down the path from Mako over there and Infinity Falls over there. So yeah, they have steak, chicken, and Brazilian cheese bread. So we're going to try the steak and the cheese bread. This is the picanha steak from booth number 14, the Brazilian market, and is $12.99. So we tried the picanha, I don't know how to say it, the steak from Brazil. It was cilantro, chimichurri, and a 3-bean salad on top of the steak. Pretty good. Half of it was tender, the other half was chewy, but overall it was pretty good. I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. Not great, but pretty good. This is the pão de queijo from booth 14, the Brazilian market, and is $9.99. I tried the pão de queijo Brazilian cheese bread with guava dipping sauce. Tried them last year. They were good, but weird. Same thing goes. Pretty good, but weird. Not as good as last year. I'd also give them a 3.5 out of 5. Next up, we have the Indian booth, Indian market. This is right next to Brazil, right in front of Infinity Falls. So here we got chicken tikka masala, veggie samosa, and a cardamom chocolate torte cake. We're gonna try the cake. This is the cardamom chocolate torte cake from booth number 15, the Indian market, and is $9.99. Okay, so we then went and had the cardamom chocolate torte cake. That's all it says. I guess it's just literally what the description says. Yeah, I didn't taste any cardamom spice in it. The fudgy layer on top was really good, nice and fudgy, dark chocolate, definitely. So if you don't like dark chocolate, don't get it. The bottom, without the top, the actual cake part, was drier than the Sahara Desert. Like, it was literally just like little granules of chocolate sand on the bottom. But, I mean, the top was great, and for the top, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I'd get that one again, that was pretty good, but not great either. And then we have the Asian market, right across from Infinity Falls, kind of walkway entrance path. They got a tempura battered sushi, vegetable noodle soup, which is what we're getting, and the salted ice cream, which was decent last year, but weird. This is the vegetable noodle soup bowl from booth number 16, the Asian market, and is $10.99. And then from Asia, I tried the noodle soup bowl. Rice noodles, mushrooms, it says there's red peppers, there was not any in there, and green onions, there was not any of those in there either. Yeah, that didn't taste like anything. It needed more salt, that's for sure. The noodles were impossible to pick up with either a fork or a spoon. It was just bland and meh. I'd give it like 1.5 out of 5 just for the mushrooms. So that was not something I would get again. So far, food is decent, but not great for the most part. Would get the steak, would get the cheese bread, for sure again. The chocolate cake, I don't need to get it again, but would if I was in the mood for chocolate cake. Would not get the noodles again. Now, I think we're gonna go and check on the Ireland market and probably try a couple of the things over there. So we got the Irish market. This is right next door to Icebreaker. Reuben egg roll, Guinness chicken sausage, and the strawberry poof. We got the egg roll and the sausage that we're going to try. This is the Reuben egg roll from booth number 24, the Irish market, and is $11.99. Okay, so from the Ireland booth, we got the Reuben egg roll, corned beef, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island sauce. That was actually pretty good. It was surprising. I don't really like sauerkraut, so I didn't expect to like it at all, and I actually ended up really liking it. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. Nice crunchy shell, good flavor on the inside, like sweet but tangy. You couldn't really taste like the corned beef inside, but it added a nice like meaty texture to it. So yeah, I would say that's pretty good, 4 out of 5. And then this is the Guinness chicken sausage from booth number 24, the Irish market, and is $11.99. And the Guinness chicken sausage, that is roasted potatoes, Vidalia onions, chicken gravy, and then obviously the sausage. That was actually really good too. The potatoes were potatoes. I mean, there's not much more to say about them. But the sausage was really good. It almost had like this sweet flavor to it with a little bit of heat. But, you know, not too much heat. It was actually perfect. I give that another 4 out of 5 too. And, I mean, I have obviously not tried every booth. I won't try every booth. But I'm going to say Ireland's probably the best of the fest. I really hope that they bring it back for future years already. And I haven't even tried that much of the food this year. To be fair, this year there's not a lot of new food. And there's some new items, but a lot of stuff is returning from last year. And last year was probably one of my favorite years in a long time, so I'm not mad about it. Now we're going to head up to the waterfront and probably try out maybe America and Polly. So we got the All-America Market, which is at that little annex just outside of Voyagers, actually right attached to it. It's got a lobster mac and cheese cone, cannonball chicken wings and a flamin' hot Cheeto corn dog. We're getting the lobster mac and the chicken wings. These are the cannonball chicken wings from booth number 5, the All-American Market, and were $11.99. So the chicken wings from the American booth were pretty good. They were chicken wings covered in cannonball barbecue sauce. Yeah, they were as good as last year. A little bit smaller than last year, unfortunately, but still nice, good, and sweet with a little bit of tangy barbecue sauce. Overall, I'd probably give them about a 3.5 out of 5. This is the lobster mac and cheese cone from booth 5, the All-American Market. It is sharp cheddar, crispy shallots, green onion, served in a waffle cone with lobster mac and cheese, and is $11.99. And then my mom said that the lobster mac and cheese cone there was pretty good. It was weird eating a sweet waffle cone with lobster mac and cheese, but she said it was pretty good. So I definitely say try it if you can have lobster. I cannot. Okay, so we're at the Polynesian Market. This is right across from Tower Island and the Sky Tower, as well as the Pearl Place. They have smoked lamb ribs, ahi tuna poke nachos, and a new pineapple rum upside down cake. We are going to get the ribs and the upside down cake. These are the smoked lamb ribs from booth number 6, the Polynesian Market, served with Hawaiian slaw, pickled red onion, barbecue sweet and sour sauce, and sesame seeds. And these are $11.99. We went to Polynesian booth, and from there we got the lamb ribs. They were inedible. They were so overcooked, hard, crunchy, dry as a bone. Just terrible. 0 out of 5. I couldn't even eat them. These are the ahi tuna poke nachos from booth number 6, the Polynesian Market. They are served with tortilla chips, toasted sesame oil, wakame, spicy aioli, and furikake. These are $10.99. Ahi tuna poke nachos, those were okay. I've had a lot better ahi tuna before, but it wasn't bad for theme park ahi tuna. I'd give it like a 2.5 out of 5. Not great, but not bad either. Finally, we have the pineapple rum upside down cake from booth 6, the Polynesian Market. And that's all it has for the description. And this was $9.99. Pineapple rum cake, upside down rum cake. That one's okay. It's too sweet for me, and I don't like whipped cream, but my mom quite enjoyed it. After months of waiting, finally, they opened Chick Fil A. It's here. It's open. They finally opened it here at SeaWorld Orlando. It only took them longer than Penguin Trek. It only took them 2 years to get this place opened again. It took them 2 years to do a Chick Fil A. 2 years to build a Chick Fil A. And they weren't even building this building from the ground up. Are you kidding me, man? Although, great, phenomenal views of Penguin Trek over here off the back patio. Look at how close you can get to this stupid thing. This is great. And you can get so close to this dumb little ride. And so close to Manta too. Look how close you can get to it. The ride's gonna come up. This is gonna be a great picture and video taking spot for a lot of creators. So, I can't complain about this at all. This is great. And if we come down here, get another good look. And look, right there. I mean, the support column's right here. The track is literally feet away, inches away, even. Look how dirty it is already. But, I mean, that's it from the SeaWorld segment of today. Got to see, and there's nothing going on that we can see of Wild Arctic. But, I mean, we got 10 rides total, 6 on Mako. 1 on, or 10 experiences total. 6 on Mako, 1 on Manta, 1 on Pipeline, 1 on Penguin Trek. Got to check in, see the opening of the brand new Chick Fil A. Definitely got to come back and get some footage back there. But now, and 11 samples we had today. And Ireland so far is best of the fest. But now we're going to head over to Universal, check out Mardi Gras. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so we're walking into City Walk now, and in front of me I have the new stores that are being constructed. These are the Super Nintendo World and Potter stores. They got the plywood up for the framework, not much else has changed. And as we're coming up on the Universal Studios store, we can see the window display has been changed out for Mardi Gras. And the new screen looks as bright as ever on the Coca-Cola stand. Probably going to head into Islands of Adventure first, and then head over to Studios after. Alright, so nothing to report on in Islands, now over here in Studios. Gonna try and check out the Tribute store, hopefully it's not too busy in there. Alright, so here we are again, Tribute store, Mardi Gras this time. Last year's was one of my favorite Tribute stores ever, so gifts, souvenirs, swamp tours, all that. Nice wooden bench, the entrance. We walk in and there's an 8. Looks like there's some kind of map, tour guide type thing. Can't even hear what he's saying, it's so loud in here. Fossils. A gator thing. Little hidden squirrel. Chupacabra. Bunch of different like myths and stuff. That's a gator arch above me. Bunch of more statues and stuff. Whatever that is. Okay, aliens. It is way too busy here. Got all this stuff. Alright, come on. We got the werewolf in that corner. A bunch of Mardi Gras gator stuff. We got a Disco Yeti. We got Wolfman, essentially. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Whatever the heck them things are. Just a bunch of... This is, I guess it's kind of neat. Oh, here's the new shoulder plushes. Yeah, some wind blowing that stuff around back there. Smells like an HHN house in here. Hope they got the animal crickets and stuff. We walk in here. This is very Yeti Campground Kills-esque. Sounds like this, if not the same, very similar sound effects. Different cups and stuff back there. Again, with the use of the mirrors, very similar to Yeti. Gives it the appearance that it goes back farther than it does. Pins, all kinds of other stuff. Got this, Loungefly, Spirit Jersey, T-shirt. This is cool. Like I said, very Yeti Campground Kills-esque. Yeah. Apparently skunk ape. And we head into like this ramshackle cabin over here. Oh, creative use. People have to touch everything, of course. Just different props make it look like a cabin. No, very HHN-esque feeling in here. And then here's the room. Oh, that's cool. The wooden gator. And now, I guess this is supposed to be like we're in the bayou? Oh. Doing the gator projection mapping on the floor again. Same as last year, just bigger. Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. Way too busy in here. I'll be happy to come back later in the season when it's quieter. I guess that's the exit? I thought this was. Huh. Build a bead bar. Okay, interesting. Okay. Then we have a bunch of stuff out here and that. Alright, so Mardi Gras tribute store, it's neat. I mean, nothing really spectacular about it this year. I much preferred last year's, but it's still a pretty good tribute store. Much better than the stupid summer one that was there for entirely too long. Just like a month and a half ago it was still there. But sad this one's gonna go quicker than the summer one because it's much better than that. Nice setup, like I kept saying, it really felt like Yeti Campground Kills in there. Well, it really felt like an HHN house. The last year's did too, but last year's had a lot more effects and whatnot in it. So, you know, merchandise this year also isn't as good. But now we're gonna see what we can get on over here, because park's busy, but not, you know, super busy either. After a pretty decent ride through Men in Black, we're passing by the old Amity Island bathrooms, which are finally receiving the much needed refurbishment they needed. Well, yeah, if it was much needed, they needed it. Makes sense. But anyway, yeah, work walls are up right here. It's a kind of a tight squeeze pinch point because of them. But, you know what? The bathrooms needed it, so it was necessary. Heading up, maybe we're going to try and ride Fast and Furious Supercharged. But also, this pillar appears to have received some damage. Include that in the list of things of dumb stuff I notice at theme parks. Alright, went and got a ride on Fast and Furious. Yeah, it's about as crappy as always. Not quite as loud. Some lady wouldn't put her kid down. Kept trying to have him lap sit, so about halfway through the big screen room portion, we had the hydraulics that power the movement of the ride vehicle turn off. So that was interesting, getting to ride through like part of the ride without the hydraulics on. But, you know, it's whatever. It's Fast and Furious. It sucks. I won't be sad whenever it goes. But I think at this point we're going to head back over to Islands now. Probably try and catch a ride on Hagrid's. I'm sorry, but is a Mardi Gras concert really worth this? This thing doesn't even start until like 8 o'clock tonight. It is not even 3 o'clock now. And these people are already lined up to see a show that goes off in 5 hours. Who in their right mind thinks that's worth it? You got a whole park to explore, and you're going to sit on a grass patch for over 5 hours to see one dumb concert. That's just ridiculous.
Right, off you go. We'll meet at the edge of the forbidden forest.
Walking into Jurassic Park here, we have this massive work wall around the food stand here. I'm glad they're doing a reno, but geez, that is going to be a pinch point and a half. Alright, so got a good ride there on Hagrid's. You know, it's Hagrid's, it's fun. Smooth. Got row 4, I think. Front row 6, and row 7 all went out empty because people wouldn't listen and move, but, you know. Now we're heading down to catch a ride on Velocicoaster. Alright, so I got a great front row ride there on Velocicoaster for number 169. Almost to 170. Trying to get 200 before the end of the year. Hoping to do it. Probably will. I only need 30 more rides. So we're going to head up and try to do not Velocicoaster, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Doom, probably not Hulk. But we'll just see. We're waiting around and then probably going to do Hagrid's before dinner. So let's go see what Spider-Man looks like. Can't really see him very much from here, but Pteranodon Flyers does not appear to be testing today, although it was the last time I was here, so maybe it'll reopen soon. And the Jurassic Park Jeep over here in front of the T-Rex has been missing for a while now. But yeah, I mean, Flyers definitely got a repaint, so, and you can see wear marks from where they've been testing, so it definitely isn't closing forever. I'm pretty sure it was probably just staffing issues or something, but hopefully the ride will get opened again soon because it's actually a really good ride for the little kids. And then coming up on King Kong here, Scrim's still up around the exterior portion of the ride. Can't see what they're doing back there, but hopefully whatever they're doing means that we can go back outside soon, because that was half the fun of the ride. Actually, I can kind of see through the Scrim, but I can't see what they're actually doing. I can just see that there's stuff behind it. So hopefully that gets fixed. So Popeyes is down for its annual maintenance currently. I think that'll last until sometime around mid-February, and then I think that's it for refurbs as far as water rides go. Coming through Toon Lagoon, all the water's on. Pass holder allowance closed at 4.
You punks are short-circuited enough! Live long enough!
You're taking a dive.
Yes, again, Super Dude! Happy landing!
Alright, went and got a ride there on Spider-Man. You know, fun ride, everything was working. It seems like they may have turned down the music a little bit so that way you can hear the characters' voices a little bit better. Because the music was normal volume for the most part, and then when the characters started speaking, like, the music turned down. So I think that's something new that they're trying. But now I think we're going to head back and hit Hagrid's. Alright, just got an amazing front row ride on Hagrid's there. Front is definitely the best row. The back's fun, especially when you want to turn around. I finally got to do that. I hadn't rode the back in forever, and we were here just last week from when I'm filming this. And I actually got to ride the back row and turn around and ride the ride essentially backwards because I decided to face backwards. So that's fun and different, but just riding in the front is just better on that. Nice sense of speed. You know, good forces, couple pops of airtime. Everything has been rolling very well today. You know, sometimes stuff gets backed up and then we get stuck in the drop track or whatever. That didn't happen today, so that was nice. I'm gonna head up and get some dinner at MBC, and then we will be coming back in and at least catching one more ride on Velocicoaster for the night. And you know, if that doesn't happen, then we'll go ahead and maybe try and do Hagrid's. I don't know. But yeah, dinner first, and we're planning on one more Velocicoaster ride. Alright, we're back in the insanity that is Studios currently, trying to get the pass holder button before we head back to Islands. Yeah, it's just a madhouse in here. Parade goes off in 40 minutes. Concert's going off soon. Just crazy. It's just insane everywhere. But we're gonna go try and get the buttons now. Alright, button acquired. It's cute. I really like this little character. I'm probably going to buy the little statue at the end of the season. Do not feed the alligator. Let the alligator feed you. I think that's funny. But now we're going to head back to King's Cross to hop the train over to Islands. Catch a ride on Velocicoaster. Alright, got off the train. That was a train wreck, as always. Their loading procedure just is not designed well at all. But it's whatever. It's nice to get off your feet and not have to walk all the way around. Now, we're going to hit up one last ride on Velocicoaster to end out the night. Alright, so ended out there with one final ride on Velocicoaster to make 170. Rides running phenomenal, as always our night rides on this thing. It's perfect. It really is the best ride on the planet. There may be a couple of coasters overseas that I haven't ridden that can beat it, but I doubt it. This thing is just, it's perfect. It's got everything you look for in a coaster. But that's a wrap on this crazy day. Not as crazy as last weekend. Last weekend we hit Aquatica, SeaWorld, and here all in one day. So, but still crazy. Got like 9 or 10 rides at SeaWorld, 6 on Mako, 1 on Penguin, 1 on Pipeline, 1 on Manta. Saw the sharks, checked in on construction, 11 samples, all that jazz. Then we came over here, right on Men in Black, right on Fast and Furious. Came over, 2 on Hagrid's, 2 on Veloso, 1 on the train, Spider-Man. Pretty good dinner at NBC that I forgot to mention, but yeah, NBC was decent, not as good as the past couple times, but decent. And we got our Mardi Gras button, saw the Mardi Gras tribute store, which is decent. So, yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good day. But I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time on another adventure.